What's that out there, partner?
Buck Boost! Buck Boost! I think it's a cosmic monster!
What's it doing out there, space cowboy?
Sure looks like a cosmic monster!
Is it heading our way? I wonder where it's going. I guess we'll find out.
Yes, you will find out. This is Mission Control speaking. And we want to let you know that this cosmic monster is heading right towards the International Space Station Earth. And this is happening because the nature shield around the International Space Station Earth has weakened to the point where it is now attracting this cosmic monster.
Hey, Mission Control. That's really bad news. Is there anything that Space Cowboy and I can do to keep this cosmic monster from hitting the International Space Station Earth?
As a matter of fact, there is. You can create a television show called the California Space Cowboy and beam kids aboard your show, aboard a nature throne I'm about to supply to you from the land of ancient Egypt. The more kids you beam aboard your show, the stronger will become the nature shield around the International Space Station Earth. And then, very soon, not even a cosmic monster will be able to get through the nature shield.
And now, I'd like to give you a glimpse of the future and show you what I would like the California Space Cowboy TV show to look like in the studio.
Do you have any questions? If not, then please get busy. Beam those kids aboard. Build up that nature shield and save the International Space Station Earth.
I come from Santa Barbara, California.
Get comfortable now in your rocket seat and come along with us. We're leaving planet Earth right now aboard our rocket bus. Space Cowboy's here, so's his crew from International Space Station Earth. Traveling light years all the time while standing on his turf. Along the journey much to see, collapsing space and time. No dangers here in this dimension, no hate, no death, no crime. We go anywhere we want to go, we think and we are there. Striving for balance in all we do and no need at all for fear.
Hello again, this is Mission Control speaking. Hey Buck Boost, here's the nature throne so you and Space Cowboy can beam aboard those special visitors who will save the International Space Station Earth.
Wow! This thing really works. It's always fun to beam aboard on the nature throne. I'd sure like to ride it sometime myself. Well, we've got work to do now. We've got to save that International Space Station Earth.
Howdy folks, welcome back. We have Juana here, our space cowgirl power. So Juana's 9 years old and Juana's looking forward to being a hero, a teacher. So Juana, how about you ask the space cowboy a question, any question that's related to these vehicles. Maybe you can select a vehicle and then we'll talk about it. Which one excites you the most here? The rover. It's so interesting that this particular rover, well, this is a Lego rover, but these are a lot of fun, aren't they? Space Cowboy built this, 853 pieces. And Space Cowboy did it. It said 10 years old on the box, so Space Cowboy was really challenged, wasn't he? But he did it with a little bit of help from some 9-year-olds. And this is a Lego replica of the rovers that are currently on what planet? They're in space, that's right. They're on Mars. So what we have up there, a 9-year-old girl figured out the name. She won a contest, and she came up with the names Spirit and Opportunity. Okay? So Spirit and Opportunity are rovers. They're about the size of a golf cart. They're 400 pounds, and it's about a 10-year-old, vision-wise. They have 9 cameras, and this is the high gain antenna. This is how we communicate back and forth. You know, when we give it instructions, it takes us about 14.5 minutes to get the instructions to the rover up on the surface of Mars, because Mars is far away. Mars is really far away, isn't it? 50 million miles plus. That's how far away it is. So these rovers have helped us to do science in a place where no human has gone before. So this is what we like, and the life expectancy of this rover, it'll last for as long as it can get energy from the sun to go through the solar panels. But once the dust, because it's always blowing, it's windy up there on Mars, once it gets all dusted over, then it won't be able to collect the sun anymore, and its life will end, okay? And who knows, maybe it's you, Juana, that's going to go up there and find it someday when you go to Mars, right? Would you like to go do the call? Okay, that's Juana's reward for asking that great question about our rover that's currently on Mars. And Juana's going to go into
Inspired to achieve.
And Juana's thought experiment is inspire to achieve. Okay? Because when we want to go higher, faster, and farther, wow. When we want to listen to our parents, do our homework, and make our bed every day, wow. It doesn't get any better than that, does it, Juana? So that's an incredible thought experiment that you just got right there. Because in life, when we want to, isn't it a lot better? I mean, is Space Cowboy just going to tell you, Juana, you have to ride your bike. Go get your bike. You have to ride it or else. Or do you just want to ride your bike? She just wants to ride your bike. So doesn't that make it much more pleasurable? Yeehaw. Well, congratulations, young lady. Cowgirl power. Let's get her a round of applause. Good job, Lauren. Thank you so much. Buck boost.
We're materializing again, partner.
There you are.
I think I figured it out. I just never knew how we got from point A to point B, but now it's pretty obvious.
What just happened to us, folks out there on the range of change, was amazing. Well, I tell you, I still don't understand what we just rode through, Buck Bruce.
Nothing that the old editing room can't fix there, Space Cowboy.
If that wasn't distortion, I don't know what is. Gee whiz. Got something in my eye, Buck Bruce.
Did you ride through an ice storm?
Wow, it must have been a collection of protons out there.
Oh, your eye's glowing, partner. Woo! Man, you all
Shake
better?
that one off, yeah, you bet.
Might have been some of that stuff coming up off of your suit being blown up by the solar wind.
Don't try this one at home, folks.
And if you can find your home out there, we'll give you $1.
Oh boy, that was really, I need hazard pay for this ride, Buck Bruce. Did we ever consider that?
Well,
seeing that we can't really fall off or fall down, I don't know who would want to cover us with that kind of insurance policy.
Luckily, we have good horses, you know, and they just keep on ticking, like that Energizer rabbit that they used to have back in the old days.
Yeah, something about that. You know, I'd like to call this horse old paint, but from the looks of the background we're around, everything's black and white, so there ain't no paint out there.
Well, you know, black and white. What if the white reflects all of the different colors and the black absorbs all of the different colors of the electromagnetic spectrum?
You know what's amazing, Space Cowboy? Out there in all that black and white, there's color.
There is magenta.
We're living proof of that.
It's magenta. That's what the color of the universe is, magenta.
Interesting. I thought it was black with green around the edges.
Yes, sir. And that's the thing about you, Buck Boost. You get to think, Space Cowboy, he just follows your lead. Your Space Cowboy's guidance system, sir.
You know, kind of looks like we're all ready for a combination of St. Patrick's Day and Halloween.
Yee-haw! Must have been the storm that we just cut through.
The green glow storm?
I'm glad I have a cutting horse, I'll tell you what. Proton, he cut right through there like he knew where he was coming from. He cuts to the right and he cuts to the left when Space Cowboy hollers out, yee-haw!
We'll talk about that for a minute. Yeehaw. What is yeehaw and what's it got to do with that salute we got?
Well, you know, yeehaw is an interesting deal because yeehaw happened before the internal combustion engine did, Buck Boost. And you know, back in about 1870, they were figuring out the internal combustion engine. But before that, it was pretty much, well, they had steam, of course, steam driven. But there were horses and mules, Buck Boost.
Just like Proton.
So when you pull to the left on your reins, it's yee or G. And when you pull to the right, it's haw. So G-haw. But since Space Cowboy is an American of alien descent, he speaks American, sir.
He's an alien American partner?
He's an American of alien descent, and therefore he speaks American, and American enables him to say it in slang. Yee-haw.
And then the salute goes right down the middle. That's kind of like 50-50. I imagine if it was like this, it would be 60-40. And so on and so on.
And see, Buck Boost and Space Cowboy, they figured that out at Abu Simbel in Egypt. All about the balance.
Down there, something about being there and the concept of balance. Because when you see all the big, tall stone statues, they're standing up somehow. And they're balanced.
Right.
So there's no choice but to notice the idea of balance.
And look at how the people were climbing up out of the gravity well. They were riding on that bomb we were talking about. And think about that. That rocket, she had to be balanced or we weren't going to be climbing out of there. If we weren't balanced, and you figure the way it was balanced was for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, Buck Boost.
It's kind of like the word Buck Boost.
That's exactly right. Let's talk a little bit about Buck Boost. Buck Boost.
Well, let's take the word boost. Boost pushes you forward. But then, when you run into something, you kind of get bucked back. Wow. So you put them together, and it becomes Buck Boost.
Wow.
Which equals, from the side, balance.
Wow, and if you get bucked off, I hope there's a rodeo clown in close proximity.
I don't think you get insurance if there isn't.
Yee-haw, Space Cow folks out there on that range of change as Proton takes another sip of his protons.
That's right. I reckon we should be heading to another star system. Oh, he's on strike again.
Yes,
he's been on strike on a number of shows.
Oh, well.
Well,
must have had some bad feeds to that last
time. Happens to our dogs at home. They go on strike. Don't like the sunshine.
Something in the water.
Yeah. Well, I guess we part ways here, old Space Cowboy.
Good to see you, Buck Boost.
Good to see you.
Happy trails, my man.
See you on a future show.
Until we meet again, happy Cosmo trails. And when the energy is directed constructively and efficiently, there is no reason why we should be unable to reach beyond the stars. And it's not just with our fertile creative imagination, it's physically that we'll be able to reach beyond the stars. Look at Orville, look at Wilbur and Orville Wright. Wilbur, of course, was older than Orville, but they were both hard workers. People thought they were crazy fools. They didn't know, if man was meant to fly, God would have given man wings, and that didn't deter them. They just kept going and going, watching the birds soar. I guess Wilbur, he really appreciated the vultures, the turkey vultures, because they did a lot more soaring than the seagulls or the hawks. And they watched these birds and they learned from these birds. It all goes back to nature. And they understood that they wanted to fly like the birds. They didn't know if they would be able to master the wing, the action of the birds as well as the birds, but they knew that they could figure out a wing much like the birds that would allow us to fly. And you know what? They were successful because they never backed down. They were driven. What they started, they were going to finish. Nothing was going to stop them. And they made it happen, and we're going to make it happen. And I know that aviation's gone a lot faster than astrodynamics, but I believe that sooner or later we will achieve space flight for a good price. Once that happens, there's going to be it's going to be jobs everywhere for the people that have the prepared mind. The people that believe school's a joke, I don't know what's going to happen with them. The people that understand that an education will help to prepare their mind, I realize that they're going to be the ones that are going to take us to the next level. The people with the education are the people that are going to take us to the next step, to the next level. And there's very few of those people. It appears to me, in California anyway, that education, it's a low priority here in the state. And I hope that changes, I really do. And we're doing our best with our little center to try to help get people excited. Because we believe that the only way to really understand education is to earn it. And I believe it's the same thing with money. The only way to understand money is to earn it. And that's the way that we figure out an appreciation for this. And an appreciation for something leads up to a better understanding. And I believe it's vital to have appreciation that leads up to a better understanding. I believe that hobbies are very, very important. I always ask the people out there, who has a hobby? And they tell me, we have this hobby and that hobby. Well, let's figure out how to convert that hobby into an income-producing mission in life, adventure. Why call it a job when it's more like an adventure or a mission? And now, stand by for the NASA Retro video. Yee-haw!
And while they were being trained, several monkeys took check rides in the new Mercury spacecraft. Meanwhile, the orbiting of unmanned satellites became more and more commonplace. And weather watchers like Tyros found a permanent place in our daily lives by improving weather forecasting capabilities. On August 12, 1960, President Eisenhower took part in the first transmission of the Echo-1 communications satellite.
This is President Eisenhower speaking. It is a great personal satisfaction to participate in this first experiment in communications. involving the use of the satellite balloon known as ECHO.
On May 5th, 1961, astronaut Alan B. Shepard made America's first suborbital flight. Project Mercury was underway.
All right, lift off and the clock has started. Yes, sir, reading you loud and clear. This is Freedom 7. The fuel is go, 1.2 G. Cabin at 14 PSI. Oxygen is go. Cabin pressure is holding at 5.5.
Soon after Freedom 7 landed, President John Kennedy gave NASA an ambitious new space goal.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
After Alan Shepard and Gus Grissom's test flights, 4 other American astronauts orbited the Earth in Mercury spacecraft, starting with John Glenn. He was followed by Scott Carpenter, Wally Schirra, and Gordon Cooper.
You are go. Water systems, go. Range operations, Mercury capsule, go. All pre-start panel lights are correct. The ready light is on. Eject Mercury umbilical. Oil evacuate. Mercury umbilical clear. Mercury evacuate, lights on. All recorders to fast. T-minus 18 seconds and counting engine start. May the Weewin be with you, Thomas. 8, 7.
As NASA geared up to respond to the lunar commitment, it became clear that new management techniques for handling far-flung systems manufacture and final integration would have to be developed. Clear also was the fact that state-of-the-art electronics and computers would be pushed to the limit. Unknowns about the moon were numerous. Such things as whether an astronaut would sink into dust over his head were a real concern. Lunar impacts.
Hey, this is old Buck Boost here, and I want to let you know that I am really enthused about the exciting results happening from the girls and boys who have appeared on the California Space Cowboy TV show. Not only are these young adults performing the critical task of building up the nature shield, but I have also been informed by their teachers that many of them are gaining new self-confidence skills from appearing on television, and they are also developing an increased new interest in the wonders of science. As a result, these new science enthusiasts probably have a head start in life that may reward them for the rest of their lives. So, if you or anyone you know would like the experience of being on the California Space Cowboy TV show, give old Space Cowboy a call at the Endeavor Center. Area code 805-734-1747. He will be happy to talk to you about appearing on a future show. While I'm on the subject of the Endeavor Center, I would like to invite you to visit the Endeavor Center, which is located near Vandenberg Air Force Base here in California. For specific information about the Endeavor Center's inspirational space and science programs, take a look at their website at www.endeavors.org. Well, you take care now. This is old Buck Booth saying, over and out.
Figure out your special mission as we reach beyond the stars. Imagination will take you there as your vision soars with ours. Many dimensions travel today, our journey goes on forever. Horizons joined across the miles, imagination is our tether. Space Cowboy's been there long before, he lives beyond the stars. Breakfast on Pluto, lunch on Mars, no distance is too far. You can always come along as we travel past the sun. But always, always keep in mind, Space Cowboy is not for everyone.
Oh! We are Americans and we are responsible. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Right.